खिलाफ, गैंगस्टर्स के खिलाफ, क्रिमिनल माफिया के खिलाफ कार्रवाई की गई। पिछले कुछ दिनों की कार्रवाई ने यह दिखा दिया है कि कड़े से कड़ा कदम उठाने के लिए भी आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार तैयार है। हम देशभक्त लोग हैं, भारत माता से प्यार करते हैं, और अगर कोई भारत माँ के खिलाफ किसी भी तरह की कार्रवाई करेगा उसको बख्शा नहीं जाएगा, उसको छोड़ा नहीं जाएगा। अगर कोई भी शांति व्यवस्था भंग करने की कोशिश करेगा उसको बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। आम आदमी पार्टी ज़रूरत पड़ने पे कठोर से कठोर कदम उठाने के लिए भी तैयार है। देश के हित में हमें जो करना पड़ेगा हम करेंगे, और ये भगवंत मान साहब ने और आम आदमी पार्टी की पंजाब सरकार ने दिखा दिया है। मैं एक बार फिर से उनको बधाई देता हूँ और पंजाब के लोगों को का भी शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ, जिस तरह से उन्होंने सरकार के साथ खड़े होके सहयोग किया, पूरे वक्त सहयोग किया और साथ दिया। मैं भगवान से, वाहेगुरु जी से प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि पंजाब में खूब अमन शांति होगी, पूरे देश में खूब अमन शांति होगी और खूब तरक्की होगी। नमस्कार।
Okay, now just some time ago you heard from the Chief Minister of Punjab saying that we are in control of the situation. We have now his party boss, also Delhi Chief Minister, National Convener of the Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, also saying that the government has done well in bringing the law and order situation under control. Remember, we're talking in the context of what is the Punjab Chief Amritpal Singh, who has been on the run. His aides, 114 of them, meanwhile, who've been arrested. Massive manhunt for fugitive Amritpal Singh. In a fresh development, it has been revealed that while fleeing from Punjab, Singh went towards Shahkot. He got down from the Mercedes car and got into a Breeza car, started fleeing. He then changed his clothes and looks and fled with one of his aides on 2 motorcycles. Police have recovered his clothes, his car and some more weapons. Earlier in the crackdown on Amritpal, his swanky Mercedes car, SUVs, swords, 315 bore rifle, 57 live cartridges, a walkie-talkie and bulletproof jackets were seized by police from Jalandhar. Meanwhile, security has been beefed up. Internet suspended in some parts of Punjab to prevent mobilization and violence, though that is getting restored now. Punjab police is also probing the involvement of Pakistan's spy agency ISI's role. Also foreign funding. Once nabbed, Amritpal is going to be booked under NSA.
Flag marches being conducted in Jalandhar, and this is a central key area, Central Armed Police Force, and there you see a huge deployment of security personnel, the RAF, all being deployed out here. The Punjab Police, and you see senior officers carrying out that particular march there. Just have a look at how the security has been beefed up. Things being normal, there are restrictions, especially the mobile internet, which has been lifted even in Jalandhar. But clearly, as far as the force is concerned, this is how the action now really looks like. Peace in situation of this kind, but clearly they don't want any disinformation campaign to spread, and this is where you see a huge march taking place right in the heart of Jalandhar. And remember, NSA has been slapped on 7 people. 150 arrests have been made across Punjab, and clearly at this point of time there is a lot of pressure being created to actually find Amritpal and his associates. With camera person Chandiram, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Jalandhar for India Today.
मैं 3 करोड़ पंजाबियों का धन्यवाद करता हूं कि उन्होंने इस ऑपरेशन के दौरान बहुत साथ दिया। पंजाब में कहीं से भी कोई अप्रिय घटना या कोई पत्थर या कंकर चलने की भी घटना की रिपोर्ट नहीं आई, और पंजाब की शांति और पंजाब के अमन के लिए हम सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई करेंगे। जो लोग बुरी कंपनी में, बुरी संगत में फंस के पंजाब का कुछ बुरा सोचने का सपना भी ले रहे होंगे, वो भी गलत है। मैं उनको कहना चाहता हूँ कि सपना भी लेना पंजाब में पंजाब की शांति को तोड़ने का, ये आपकी गलतफहमी होगी। पिछले दिनों कुछ तत्व ऐसे थे जो विदेशी ताकतों के हाथ चढ़कर पंजाब में माहौल खराब करने की बातें कर रहे थे, नफरत भरी स्पीच दे रहे थे, कुछ ऐसे कानून के खिलाफ बोल रहे थे, तो उन पर कार्रवाई की गई है और उस कार्रवाई के दौरान वो सब लोग पकड़े गए हैं और उनको सख्त से सख्त सजा दी जाएगी।
हमने सख्ती करने का निर्देश दिया है। हाई अलर्ट पर हमने हिमाचल को रखा है। राजनीतिक मुद्दे सीखने के लिए कई बार ऐसा कुछ संगठन करते हैं, हम उसका विरोध करते हैं।
देखिए, हम कांगड़ा पुलिस इस बात को लेकर पूरी सजग है और अलर्ट है। बार बार हम इन्फॉर्मेशन ले रहे हैं। हमारे सभी थाने चौकियों को निर्देश यहाँ से दिए गए हैं कि किसी भी इस तरह से सूचना आती है तो तुरंत हमारे साथ साझा करें और हम किसी भी विकट स्थिति से निपटने के लिए तैयार हैं। बॉर्डर एरियाज पे चेकिंग भी चल रही है, साथ में भी तो हमारा जो पुलिस डिस्ट्रिक्ट नूरपुर है वहाँ भी चल रही है और हमारा जो संसारपुर टेरेस है उधर भी चेकिंग करें।
Manjeet Sehgal is getting us more details on that story, joining us live right now. Manjeet, the family members of Amritpal Singh are actually alleging otherwise. They say that he is already with the police and they're not disclosing this. All of this is an eyewash is what they're alleging.
Yes, this is what is being claimed by the family members of Amritpal, be his father Tarsim Singh, his mother or the grandmother. All are saying that Amritpal has been arrested by the police, but the police was not disclosing his whereabouts, and the family has yet to get a formal call from the police as well. But meanwhile, the police in the Punjab and Haryana High Court once again told the court that Amritpal is still at large and efforts are being made to arrest him. He has also been booked under NSA. This is what the Punjab government has told the High Court today. Sneha.
Manjeet, be with us. I'm just going to come back to you for more news that's just coming in. Let's go straight to that. Developments from the Punjab High Court there. The High Court has slammed the Punjab government over Amritpal free run. Amritpal missing. High Court reprimands the state government, asking the government what were 8,000 cops doing. Cops tell the court that Amritpal booked under the stringent provisions of the NSA. The big question here, Manjeet, is just few seconds ago, we had Arvind Kejriwal, in fact, saying that the Punjab government has done a good job. The Chief Minister himself made these claims, saying that we've done a good job in ensuring law and order situation doesn't go out of hand. The fact of the matter is that this indeed is a lapse. The court is pulling up the government.
Yes, Neha, the Punjab and Haryana High Court bench was hearing a habeas corpus petition being moved by the family of Amritpal Singh, and while hearing this, the Punjab government also submitted its reply to the court saying that Amritpal Singh is still at large and he has been booked under NSA, but the court has slammed the Punjab government, saying what the 80,000 cops were doing when they were successful in nabbing the 7 people, why they failed to arrest Amritpal Singh. The court has also made a serious statement saying that this was a complete failure of the intelligence of Punjab police. The court is saying that Punjab police is not able to arrest him even after 3 days. He is at large, and besides the Punjab police, there was also a presence of paramilitary forces. Why these forces were, their services were not used and police was taking it casually, and that is why he managed to escape the barricading put up by the police. The investigations are currently on. The police time and again it's claiming that he is still at large, but court has made a serious remark against the Punjab government and Punjab police. Sneha.
All right, the court has come down heavily against the Punjab government, though they say we've done what we can. Undoubtedly, there've been lapses, and that's the reason why in such a coordinated fashion, Manjeet, like we've been reporting on, this man has managed to escape, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. The investigation has also revealed that Amritpal's network is not limited to Punjab alone, but also in 8 states, including Haryana. Now, the NIA has also started investigations after the
Manjeet, be with us.
recovery
Coming back
of
to you in a
illicit
second
weapons
from now. More news coming in. After the recovery of illegal weapons, allegedly foreign funding and the anti-national activities being carried out by Amritpal Singh and his supporters, the National Investigating Agency is said. Now, they have stepped in and initiated a probe. NIA is looking into this matter right now, not just with the Punjab police, but 8 teams have been formed by the National Investigating Agency to carry out the detailed investigations in this entire case. NIA teams have started probing the case in Jalandhar, in Gurdaspur, in Taran and also in Amritsar districts. NIA will be investigating the allegations of foreign funding and ISI links being faced by Amritpal besides the stockpiling of the weapons by Amritpal. Sources have told us that Punjab police has submitted a list of 458 people to the NIA who were working with Amritpal. List has been divided into categories. Category has 142 people who were close aides of Amritpal. 213 people have been placed in category B. They were arranging finances and organizational responsibilities. Manjeet is telling us more about the manner in which the NIA is now looking into this entire network. A very wide one is what is clear, isn't it, Manjeet?
Yes, indeed, Sneha. In fact, Amritpal Singh and his aides were already on the radar of NIA after the recovery of illicit weapons. Remember, more than 10 illicit weapons have been recovered from Amritpal. The alerts shared by the central agencies had revealed that Amritpal was stockpiling the illicit weapons and besides the ammunition, and he was also training the alleged drug addicts as his men, as human bombs. Though investigations are currently on, sources further say that Amritpal's network was not limited to Punjab alone, but also to 7 to 8 other states, including Haryana. So investigations are currently on, and the police is continuing its crackdown and has so far arrested nearly 114 people on record. The crackdown is continuing and more arrests are expected in the days to come. Sources also say that the agencies can also question Amritpal's wife as their marriage was a hush-hush affair, and Amritpal was not interested to disclose this even. She belongs to, she is a British citizen, though they hail from Jalandhar. So there are many aspects of this case, and police and now central agencies are investigating this case from various angles, be it the allegations of foreign funding, ISI links, or the Hawala money. Sources further disclosed that the Amritpal was receiving funding from various foreign countries, including the sympathizers of Khalistan, in small amounts, but that became a big amount. Now agencies are trying to find out how this amount was spent, as the cars recovered from the possession of Amritpal's aides were also allegedly purchased by using this money and were in the name of the people whose income did not match with the amount spent on the cars. So investigations are currently on. More details will be available after the investigations are over.
All
but
right.
the police is now focusing on the arrest of Amritpal, who is at the large.
All right, I'm going to thank you for the moment, Manjeet, getting us all of those details. Remember, an NIA team has been formed, not one, but 8 of them, in fact, to probe this entire matter. Meanwhile, the new face to the Khalistan terror, Amritpal Singh, is on the run. Police have been chasing him for the last 3 days with limited success. 114 people have been taken into custody. 5, including an uncle of Amritpal Singh, who surrendered, have been sent to Dibrugarh in Assam. This wannabe Jarnail Singh Bhindrewale, according to the Punjab police, was also raising a force of terrorists armed with rifles and swords. But has the police action come a bit too late? A Punjab bureau with this in-depth story.
Over 48 hours, and this man is still at large, on the run and officially declared a fugitive. Amritpal Singh, who's been leading the Khalistani cause of late in Punjab, has now gone completely underground, as Punjab cops are hunting far and wide for him. In an attempt to bring the Khalistani thug out of hiding, his closest aides and family members are now being taken into custody, one after another. A total of 112 persons have been arrested so far, including his driver and uncle, who surrendered before the Punjab police. Some of his aides have also been held in Assam's Dibrugarh.
Besides the sort of support that people anticipated he would be getting, there's none which seems to be coming. Clearly, there has been an offer of surrender, and we've been told Harijit, being important part of Amritpal's group, will be slapped with NSA and eventually being taken to Dibrugarh in Assam.
Amritpal Singh's swanky Mercedes, swords, live cartridges, rifles, you name it, all these arms and ammunition has been taken in, being seized from Jalandhar by cops. As a result of this massive arms haul, Amritpal has now also been booked under the Arms Act. He is facing 7 criminal charges, including the charge of attempt to murder and attacking cops.
अमृतपाल सिंह अभी फरार है, पुलिस को वांटेड है। पूरी हमारी टीम्स जो हैं वो एफर्ट्स कर रही हैं उसको अरेस्ट करने की। अब तक 114 लोग हैं जिनके खिलाफ जिनको कस्टडी में लिया गया है, जिसमें 78 लोग पहले दिन, 34 दूसरे दिन और 2 लोग जो हैं तीसरे दिन कस्टडी में लिए गए हैं। इन सब पे एलिगेशन है डिस्टर्बिंग पीस इन स्टेट, दे हैव बीन टेकन इनटू कस्टडी।
Trouble is mounting for this rabble-rouser. An old video is now going viral of Amritpal and instigating masses here in India during the farmer protest.
ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਬੋਲੀ ਤੇ ਯਕੀਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵਰਬਲ ਟਾਕ ਤੇ ਯਕੀਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਲਿਖਤ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਯਕੀਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਦਾ ਰੂਪ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਏ। ਜੇ ਫਰਜ਼ ਕਰੋ ਮੋਦੀ ਕਹੇ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਕੈਂਸਲ ਕੀਤੇ, ਜਾਓ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਲਿਖ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਜਾਓ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਟੱਪਣ, ਮੋਦੀ ਫਿਰ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਲਾਗੂ ਕਰ ਦੇ।
Meanwhile, the Bhagwat Mann government in Punjab is under massive political pressure as the opposition is mounting their attack on the AAP, accusing them of being soft on Khalistani elements.
पंजाब में आग लगा के अपनी सियासत मत पकाइए। आज जो कुछ हो रहा है, मैं सबसे पहले केजरीवाल से पूछना चाहती हूँ, आम आदमी से पूछना चाहती हूँ कि ये एक्शन 1 महीने पहले क्यों नहीं लिया गया? जब अजनाले के पुलिस स्टेशन के ऊपर कब्जा हुआ, 1 महीने तक भगवंत मान बताए उसको किसने रोक के रखा?
जो अक्सर ये बात कहा करते थे कि आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार जो है उसके पास लॉ एंड ऑर्डर हैंडल करने का तजुर्बा नहीं है, भगवंत मान साहब के एक निर्णायक एक्शन ने एक इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग मैसेज दिया है कि सब लोग आज इस बात को मान रहे हैं।
With security being beefed up along Punjab's borders and internet snapped in the state, Amritpal Singh, who repeatedly dared the cops just weeks ago, is now cornered. With Kamaljeet Sandhu, Bureau Report, India Today.
Khalistani hate against Indians continues to surge globally. A day after Khalistani thugs went on a rampage in London, vandalizing the Indian High Commission and consulate offices and pulling down the Indian tricolour, Khalistani thugs gate out the Indian High Commissioner, even in Surrey, who was attending a Friends of India and Canada event. They attacked the organizer of this event and pushed him away from the event location. A Canadian journalist who went to cover this event was also heckled by a pro-Khalistani group, threatened and roughed him up as well. The journalist said London police, instead of stopping the thugs from heckling him, asked the journalist to leave the protest site to avoid any harm.
Since yesterday, when the event was cancelled, we are getting a threatening call and WhatsApp messages. Today, we received so many messages, but one message really hurt me. They said, soon we will send you to the Malik. They are talking about Ripduman Singh Malik, they killed him about a few months ago in Surrey, BC. So they said, we will send you soon to close to him, beside him. So, I am worried and I bring to the police attention, and still they are threatening from Canada, Australia, America, worldwide. They are giving a number to the other people. They starting threatening even night and day. I am receiving a threatening calls.
Yesterday, at approximately 6 o'clock in the evening, there was an event scheduled by Indo-Canadian diaspora to welcome the Indian High Commissioner, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Verma, as after his appointment, this was the first time he was visiting the west coast of Canada. And there were functions in Gurudwara Sahib and in temples. And then with the Indian diaspora, he was scheduled to meet, Indo-Canadian diaspora over there. But one group of pro-Khalistani supporters, they, disturbed all that event. They blocked that event, and they were start protesting over there. When I reached to those protesters, I told them, I want to go in. They refused to let me go in. They were just, very aggressive in the slogans. They were using abusive words in Punjabi language. Then they were using, very derogatory remarks for the Prime Minister of India, and they were tagging us with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi or Amit Shah.
This is a very small, very ultra small section of the Sikh community. The vast majority of Sikhs in this country absolutely reject the Khalistani project and indeed the call for some sort of plebiscite in the Punjab. How that would work, who knows? It's not going to happen, as we know, and indeed we've seen attacks like this when Prime Minister Modi was here previously. We had Khalistanis pulling the flag down in Westminster Square and Parliament Square and burning it in front of the police. And my message is very simple to the police. When this happens, those people need to be arrested and dealt with properly. It's an affront to India, it's an affront to our friends.
खालिस्तान बड़ा थ्रेट तो नहीं है, लेकिन ये लोग आईएसआई के एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट के तौर पर बन चुके हैं और ये लोग इतने ऐसे हैं कि तुरंत आईएसआई इनको खरीद लेता है या उनको पथभ्रष्ट कर देता है। ये लोग आईएसआई के द्वारा पथभ्रष्ट किए गए लोग हैं और इसी तरह से आईएसआई चाहता है कि भारत को हम परेशान करें और ये कोशिश चलती आ रही है, आज से नहीं चलती आ रही। आप जाइएगा तो इनके जितने भी खालिस्तान के जो नेता वगैरह हैं वो आपको पाकिस्तान में मिल जाएंगे और कुछ लोग तो कनाडा चले गए, विदेश चले गए, वहाँ आपको मिल जाएंगे।
Meanwhile, the US has condemned the attack on the Indian consulate in San Francisco on Monday, assuring action against the perpetrators. The the State Department spokesperson John Kirby has assured proper investigation in this matter and assured that the broken infrastructure is going to be fixed by the US government. Listen in.
Vandalism, it's just absolutely unacceptable. The State Department's Diplomatic Security Service is working with local authorities. I can't speak for the San Francisco police, but I can say that the Diplomatic Security Service is working with local authorities to properly investigate, and obviously State Department is going to be working from an infrastructure perspective to repair the damage.
We condemn any violence that has happened in outside the Indian Embassy in San Francisco or the desecration of the Indian flag in London. This is like jeopardizing the whole Sikh community in India and in outside India who love India and who support India and who love Punjab and who want the betterment of Punjab and development of Punjab. So I want to send a message that, Sikhs living outside India, a large, major majority of Sikhs support Punjab, support development of Punjab within the framework of India.
Whatever happened in Punjab, that is very unfortunate, and I also condemn that violence incident happened at United Kingdom and at San Francisco Indian Consulate. So we have the full rights to protest, but it should be peaceful because this is a democratic country, so everyone has the rights. So I request everyone, if somebody wants to protest, should be peaceful.
Several people from the Sikh community staged protests at the British High Commission in Delhi's Chanakyapuri against the pulling down of the Indian flag by pro-Khalistani groups at the Indian High Commission in London earlier. Take a look.
कोई चीज़ प्राप्ति करनी है तो आप अपने सिस्टम से आइए, ना कि एम्बेसी में जाके उसका मतलब निशान साहब इंडिया का जो झंडा है, तिरंगा है, उसको हटाकर अपना लगाने से उससे कुछ नहीं होने वाला।
'Meanwhile, the US has condemned the attack on the Indian consulate in San Francisco on Monday, assuring action against the perpetrators. The State Department spokesperson John Kirby has assured proper investigation into this matter and assured that the broken infrastructure is going to be fixed by the US government.
जो झंडा है, तिरंगा है, उसको हटाकर अपना लगाने से उससे कुछ नहीं होने वाला। संविधान के अंदर हम विश्वास करते हैं, हमारा देश का झंडा है, हम इस देश के झंडे के लिए मर मिट सकते हैं, हम इसको झुका नहीं सकते।
देखिए, वो जो घटना हुई है वो बहुत शर्मनाक है और सिर्फ सिख, ईसाई, मुसलमान, हिंदू नहीं, तिरंगा मतलब भारत के एक एक व्यक्ति का अपमान और तिरंगे का मान, तिरंगे का सम्मान सुरक्षित रखने की जिम्मेदारी सरकार की है। अगर दुनिया के किसी भी हिस्से में तिरंगे का अपमान हो रहा है तो ये सरकार की जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि तिरंगे का सम्मान सुरक्षित करे।
मैं तो इसकी निंदा करता हूँ। मैं समझता हूँ कि हमारा तिरंगा जो शहीद आजम भगत सिंह, करतार सराबा, उधम सिंह, बड़े बड़े देशभक्तों की कुर्बानियों के बाद होंद में आया, उसका अपमान करना है अच्छी बात नहीं, मैं इसकी निंदा करता हूँ।
Another pro-Khalistan toolkit hailed Khalistan thugs. Australian Senator David Shoebridge addressed Khalistani protesters outside the Australian Parliament in Canberra, condemning the crackdown on fugitive Khalistani leader Amritpal Singh. He slammed Indian government for weaponizing internet in Punjab and Kashmir. Also well known for sympathizing with Pakistan, Shoebridge has got many awards from the Pakistan government. He called India's action against Pakistan several times in the past, hailing Pakistan and its so-called humanity pertaining to Kashmir. Khalistanis on a rampage, and that continues to be our top focus story right here. For the moment, it's time for a quick break. Much more news on the other side.
See competition in this space, because while you've got investment in and you're launching products and you've got a good team, but there are significant competitors like Kinetic, like Ola, even the incumbent players, legacy fuel players like Bajaj Auto. How do you see yourself locking horns with them?
Well, it's a competitive marketplace. There is the companies you mentioned and more coming in all the time. We have a slight early mover advantage, and hopefully we will do what it takes to maintain that advantage. I don't think any legacy player has any particular advantage in this field, and as I said, it is a completely different product altogether. It needs a different outlook. So, an early mover advantage definitely will benefit us in the long term. We're learning all the time.
Any market share targets that you have? Because I believe that Ampere, the company that you bought and through which you're launching many products, has about a 12-13% share in the market. Would you be confident of maintaining that? Would you be content with having that kind of a share eventually as this market unfolds and expands?
Yes, we have targeted a 15% market share, and we're close. We're about 13%, as you said, 12-13% now, and we are confident that we can maintain that share.
Today Television. I have with me HMSI's MD, President and CEO, Mr. Ogata.
Yeah.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So last time we spoke, you were actually really excited about this launch, the entry-level segment. Now, what are your expectations and how will it sort of be able to compete in a market which you know is sort of dominated by Hero?
Yeah, so thank you for your question. We are proud to announce this model today. And yes, now the rural market still the biggest volume among the total industry of motorcycle. But of course, last 3 years, also the one of the reason is COVID pandemic negative impact still there. But still, market potential, we have confidence in the future for the 3 years. After we launch this model, so many customers has take another option in front of, because now almost dominated by our competitors. So now they can take another decision making by themselves. So we have confidence gradually, because after getting awareness, growth of this model Shine 100cc in rural market through our dealer network, it's getting bigger demand will become. Then we are ready to supply enough supply in front of consumers who are waiting our new product. Yeah.
So there was another product in the rural market which I believe was Levo. And what are some of the learnings from that product which you think that this time you'll get it right?
Yeah, so far we have planned to new Levo, they comply with the OBD2 norm sooner or later in the market, was CD110, still existing in the market. So the compete with different segment, because looks like same, but price range and model specification is completely different. So we can create the new demand in such kind of rural market beside Levo or CD 110. Yeah, next financial year, surely. Yeah.
Will sales and network expansion be a challenge for you going forward?
Do you mean the touch point?
Yeah, rural touch point.
Rural touch point. Yes, the some of area, because of such kind of product, it's tough to create the touch point in several areas, especially central or north region. But now start to discuss the main dealers to set up new touch point after launching with this model as soon as possible. So therefore, next financial year, surely the rapidly increase of our touch point in such kind of rural area inside of central, especially and the north region.
Yeah. Last time we met, you also talked about the premium segment and how you sort of, you know that globally you have great products, but in India you sort of need that penetration. So what will it take to reach that level of growth even in the Indian market?
Premium segment, you mean the 300cc segment? Yeah, we launched it Highness and the CB 350 LS, and recently we expanded the customized version, to utilize the existing platform.
Welcome back. You're watching the lunch break. Mehul Choksi, fugitive diamond merchant, has been taken off the Interpol's list of red corner notices. Choksi has been taken off Interpol's list on the basis of his plea to the agency. The red corner notice, remember, is the highest form of alert issued by Interpol to law enforcement agencies worldwide to locate and arrest a person pending extradition. Choksi, wanted in a 13,000 crore rupees PNB scam, Interpol red corner notice against him was issued in August 2018, 10 months after he fled to Antigua. The opposition is gunning for the centre after Choksi's red corner notice was withdrawn, saying that agencies are the only to act against opposition leaders, only SWIFT, and not against fugitives like Choksi.
लीगल टीम काफ़ी टाइम से कंटेस्ट कर रही थी, और जबकि अब एंटीगुआ पुलिस ने कह दिया कि हाँ, किडनैपिंग का अटैम्प्ट जेन्युइन है। उन्होंने काफ़ी सारे जो किडनैपर्स थे उनके खिलाफ रादर आरसीएन इशू कर दिए हैं। तो इसलिए मेरे क्लाइंट का जो आरसीएन है वो इंटरपोल ने ये सारी चीज़ें देखते हुए कि उसके साथ थोड़ा सा अन्याय हुआ है और जो है उसको एक आदमी को होमलेस तो डिक्लेयर किया नहीं जा सकता, एंटीगुआ में रह रहा है तो उसको वहाँ से भी किडनैप किया जा रहा है। ये देखते हुए और उसकी जो है तबीयत भी ख़राब रहती है, तो इस बात को देखते हुए उन्होंने आरसीएन विड्रॉ कर दिया है इंटरपोल ने।
देखो ये माफी मांगने का तो सवाल नहीं है, बार बार वो पूछते रहेंगे, हम उसको नकारते रहेंगे, उसमें कोई माने नहीं है। ये होना बोल के इशू को डाइवर्ट करने के लिए कर रहे हैं। तो पहले तो देखिए हमारे एम्बेसी पे हमले हो रहे, उसके बारे में उनकी कोई बात नहीं है। उसके बाद जो यहाँ के बैंकों से पैसे उठा लेके जा रहे हैं, ये
मेहुल चोकसी को इंटरपोल ने सर हटा दिया।
मेहुल चोकसी ऐसे लोगों को प्रोटेक्शन देने वाले देशभक्ति की बात करना ये एक मजाक है।
देश से हजारों करोड़ रुपया लूट कर जो मस्का मार रहे हैं कैरिबियन सी के किनारे, और सब देखते हैं हम लोग कैसे मस्का मार रहे हैं, मस्ती कर रहे हैं। और विश्व गुरु के पार्टी और सरकार जब विश्व गुरु बनते जा रहे हैं तो उनको ठेंगा दिखा के हमारे मेहुल चोकसी और नीरव मोदी भी कैसे घूम रहे हैं बाजार में, उधर नीरव मोदी इधर नरेंद्र मोदी। कौन किससे ज्यादा पहलवान है ये देखने का अवसर आ चुके हैं हमें।
डाकुओं को बचाना और सन्यासी को जेल में डालना, ये बीजेपी की जो नीति है, मोदी जी की नीति है, वो स्पष्ट होती है। इंटरपोल का नोटिस मेहुल चोकसी से वापस लेना, जो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे अपने पद का दुरुपयोग कैसा किया जाता है, नरेंद्र मोदी ने कई बार बताया है।
जनवरी 2018 में डावोस स्विट्जरलैंड में वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम का आयोजन होता है। उस वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम में भारत देश के प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी भी जाते हैं और उस वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम की बैठक में नरेंद्र मोदी जी के साथ मेहुल चोकसी की तस्वीर जारी की जाती। तमाम उद्योगपति उस तस्वीर में मौजूद थे और प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ में मेहुल चोकसी भी खड़े थे। उसके 2 दिन बाद पंजाब नेशनल बैंक एक कंप्लेंट जारी कर हिंदुस्तान को यह बताता है, ईडी और सीबीआई को बताता है कि मेहुल चोकसी ने 13,500 करोड़ का घोटाला कर दिया, उसकी जांच हो। सीबीआई और ईडी एफआईआर दर्ज करते हैं। जब तक एफआईआर दर्ज होती है, केंद्र में बैठी सरकार शायद मेहुल चोकसी को आगाह कर देती है कि तुम्हारे खिलाफ कार्रवाई होने जा रही है, अब ये कंप्लेंट सार्वजनिक हो गई है, तुम भारत देश से फरार हो जाओ। और उसी महीने नीरव मोदी भारत देश को छोड़ के फरार हो जाता है। नीरव मोदी और मेहुल चोकसी दोनों भारत देश को छोड़ के फरार हो जाते हैं।
The country knows how he fled the country. Everybody knows it. And if the Interpol is having such a position, it shows that some big international financial political moves are there in support of this kind of people who are frauds, who are doing criminal act to the country and to the economy.
Munish Pandey is getting us more details on that story. Munish, the opposition there says it's failure of the central government, but where exactly has been this lapse because of which the red corner notice is being cancelled or revoked?
Well, Sneha, in 2018, when the Punjab National Bank scam case came to light and there was an FIR by the Central Bureau of Investigation, just few days before the FIR was filed by the CBI, Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi both fled from the country. After the request from the Indian authorities, Indian government, especially the Central Bureau of Investigation Enforcement Directorate, a red corner notice was issued by the Interpol based on the evidence provided by the investigative agencies. Now, what we have been given to understand is that recently there was an application filed by Mehul Choksi before the Interpol alleging that he was kidnapped by the Indian agency, RAW, that is RANW, and he has also alleged that if he is sent to India, if he is extradited to India, then he won't receive any fair treatment and there is a threat to his life. Now, after reviewing the application of Mehul Choksi, the Interpol has decided to withdraw the red notice which was issued against Mehul Choksi, which means that as of this point of time, Mehul Choksi is free to travel wherever he wants in the country. There is no red corner notice. But also we have been given to understand is that this matter will be raised by the Indian authorities, the Indian government, especially the agencies, and they will be challenging this decision of Interpol before a committee, saying that these are still allegations by Mehul Choksi. There is no report by any investigative agency, be it the Antiguan authorities or the Indian authorities, on the allegations of Mehul Choksi. The matter is still pending, and before anything has been decided, Interpol has decided to withdraw this red notice against Mehul Choksi. So, of course, there will be a request by the Indian government, but also we have been given to understand by the government sources is that this removal of red corner notice against Mehul Choksi won't have any impact on his extradition because the matter is still before the Antiguan court. The evidence have been submitted by the Indian authorities and the Indian agencies through the public prosecutor in Antigua. They will be trying to extradite Mehul Choksi as soon as possible. The opposition got an opportunity to target the government, and that is why we are saying right from the Congress party to the Aam Aadmi party to the Trinamool Congress, all of them are alleging that this is nothing. But, the government has taken side of Mehul Choksi, and that is why the red corner notice has been removed by the Interpol, an allegation which has been denied by the Bharatiya Janata Party.
All right, and we thank you for the moment for getting us all of those details. Munish Pandey with that detailed report. More news breaking this afternoon. Doctors are protesting over the Right to Health bill. Angry Rajasthan doctors have hit the streets of Jaipur. The stars turned violent. Cops used water cannons. Cops lathi charge at the protesting doctors. The stir essentially is over the Right to Health bill, which has now turned violent. Devankur has more details, not just in Rajasthan. This has been a long pending demand. What really has triggered these violent clashes there? At least as far as Rajasthan is concerned, Dev?
The fact that the Rajasthan government has brought the Right to Health bill and was supposed to table that in the Rajasthan Vidhan Sabha today is what has triggered this entire impasse which was continuing in the state of Rajasthan for about 6 months now. I can show you through visuals, Sneha, that there are not in hundreds but in thousands the doctors who have arrived out here and who have been protesting. There are female doctors, there are male doctors. In fact, there have been allegations of the police resorting to lathi charge, of the police using water cannons, and there is heavy presence of police out here. Sneha, this is the road, an arterial road in Jaipur. This is the Janpath which leads towards the State Assembly, and the police has stopped these protesting doctors from moving towards the State Assembly, which is in motion right now. The budget session is currently going on. The Rajasthan Health Minister Prasadi Lal Meena was supposed to present the Right to Health bill, and that is why you see the protests flaring up today. Now, what is the contention or the bone of contention as far as the doctors are concerned? They maintain, Sneha, that if this bill is allowed to go through, then it will give, undiluted control over the doctors, over the private hospitals to the government, and the government will wield that control in the manner that it deems fit. It also maintains that there will be additional pressure on the practicing doctors who have been told under this bill to ensure that the emergency services are to be provided to the poor free of cost. So they maintain that the emergency word should be defined and that the entire matter should be handled carefully if the health services in the state and the quality thereby has to be maintained.
All right,
Sneha.
Dave. I'm going to thank you for the moment for getting us those details, dramatic pictures. They're coming in from the protests of doctors, and there is a clampdown as far as the protesting doctors concerned from the city of Jaipur. That report and much more up on our website as well. That's indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app. News continues with my colleague Pooja Shali. On the other side, do stay on for that.
most frequently taken for granted, ignored, last on the priority list. We're talking about the health of women that gets the least amount of attention and actually deserves the maximum. And that is the reason this Women's Day we decided to do a bit of a rethink on what women should and must do for improving their health and their lifestyle. These are the things we must all follow. Fitness and food. This is a much needed power combination for women's health and longevity. The idea of fitness for many women is just losing weight. Healthy eating and diet and exercise are equally important in controlling weight as well as overall health management. No to toxins. Alcohol, smoking, excessive sugar, junk, mindless eating. These ensure that toxins stay on in the body. These toxins have a proven history of negative impact on ovarian health. Wellness. A comprehensive view of your health. Healthy body, mind and soul are important. The time is truly now to shift focus from only physical activity to mental health and wellness program like yoga and meditation as a full package to good health. Preventive care. Early diagnosis and vaccinations are important. For ailment like breast cancer, for example, preventive health becomes extremely important. Women must watch out for any sign and warnings such as irregular periods, lump in the breast or any unusual discharge.
HPV, human papilloma virus, one of the causative factor for a cervical cancer. So this is one cancer where a vaccine is available. So should be given to I would say young girls starting from the age of 9.
That is the only way to remain fit and healthy. For the same, acknowledge that your body is important.
Low hemoglobin will feel fatigued, lethargic, then like vitamin B12, vitamin D, if they are less, then it gives a lot of aches and pains in legs. A lot of ladies complain about backache and they are not feeling up to the mark to do some kind of work or these things. So according to the requirement, thyroid, one of the things, if the thyroid is on a higher side, the patient may bleed more. There is a little weight gain with hypothyroid. So if there are any symptoms, they are specifically feeling low, lethargic, then they should go for this testing.
विश्व आज इस बात को महसूस कर रहा है कि भारत के आइडियाज और भारत का सामर्थ्य ग्लोबल गुड के लिए है। इसलिए आज विश्व कह रहा है, दिस इज इंडियाज मोमेंट।
Well, this is an ordinary phone. This is what phones and devices of the future are going to look like. A rollable tech. A proof of concept here at the Lenovo Motorola stand. Of course, we've seen all sorts of foldables on the show, but you can see how that display is rolling right in front of your eyes. And it's happening here with their tablet and keyboard concept as well. I think it's absolutely crazy. We'll get you more on the show about how this tech works. But for now, this is the first look from Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, Lenovo's rollable tech in all its splendor. Motorola Riser concept that we hope will soon be a reality. What makes this phone really special is the minute you give it a double tap on that side, the rollable display now expands to this. Tap it twice again. And like that, just like magic, it's back to this traditional form. Now, there's a lot of use cases for something like this. I think rollable displays are something which will work in the future. We've seen how foldables are really hotting up as a space, even in India and on tech today. We've seen the Oppo Find N2 Flip and the Samsung Galaxy Flip 4, the Fold. There's all sorts of devices here at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, but we have this concept phone in the flesh on tech today. There's also a few other things that this phone can do. For instance, if you flick it twice like this, and now it's just, well, the rear camera, and I want to suddenly start using the front camera. There you go, I flick it again, and here's the front camera. And if you notice, when I did that, this display was untouched. It rolled further out there, the camera is revealed, as is the earpiece. You flick it back again, and there you go. Almost seamlessly, very, very smooth output. I think they've done a fantastic job. Given this is a concept phone, we can only hope that the other booths are actually watching this with bated breath and learning a thing or two from Motorola. Look, Motorola got it right with the Razr phones back in the day. They really were the talk of the town with their flip devices. And now, with this, the Riser concept, I think they're on to something special. Obviously, this is just a concept phone. A lot of things will change. For instance, what is this display at the back going to be used for? Because this is also part of this particular device. What kind of cameras will you put in it? What chipset will be in it? All these things would be decided in due course, in due time. But this, for now, double tap and enjoy this concept phone, which really might just be a thing of the future. This literally is Motorola's back to the future moment, and we're really impressed on Tech Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Good afternoon and welcome. You're watching The Lunch Break. I'm Pooja Shali. Let's begin first with the headlines. The National Investigation Agency has intensified probe on missing Amritpal Singh, submitting a list of 458 people to the NIA who were working with Amritpal Singh. 8 teams have been formed to investigate foreign funding and ISI link. But it's on the foreign soil, alarming incidents taking place. The Khalistan ideologue supporters heckling a journalist who was covering the rampage in Canada. Cops remain a mute spectator and remove the journalist from the location rather than take action against the protesters. After Rahul Gandhi alleges every institution in the country has been compromised, BJP jumps in to attack him, compares Rahul Gandhi to Mir Jafar, calls him a traitor.
अभी नहीं है कि राहुल गांधी बिना माफी मांगे निकल जाएंगे। माफी तो उन्हें मांगना ही पड़ेगा। हम मंगवा के ही रहेंगे।
Aam Aadmi Party attacks Modi government over Mehul Choksi, taking a Choksi BJP dost. Attack on Prime Minister, accuses the CBI of being light on Choksi, hard on opposition netas.
सरकार ने मेहुल चोकसी के खिलाफ एक मजबूत केस इंटरपोल को नहीं सौंपा। उसके चलते इंटरपोल ने रेड कॉर्नर नोटिस जो मेहुल चोकसी के खिलाफ जारी किया गया था उसे रद्द कर दिया।
It's a big war over Siddaramaya's Kolar safe seat. Sidda supporters seeking his candidature. Siddaramaya pacifies his protesters, says do not fall for BJP JDS trap.
Not surprised, but now more confirmation coming in about foreign funding and anti-national activities that influenced Amritpal Singh and his supporters to start giving out controversial comments and make an action plan against India after the recovery of weapons, ammunition and alleged foreign funding and activities. Now, National Investigation Agency has stepped in with further probe. They are initiating an investigation and the National Investigation Agency will form 8 teams to carry out the probe, which means these cases will be about investigation in Jalandhar, Gurdaspur, Tarantaran and Amritsar. NI will investigate primarily allegation of foreign funding. Who was supporting this Amritpal Singh, who suddenly out of nowhere emerges on the scene, gets support, gets an armed group of supporters around him. All of this, of course, and not surprisingly, an ISI link that has surfaced against him. Remember, it is the stockpiling of weapons. It shouldn't be that easy for someone like Amritpal Singh to have an armed team around him. But it turned out, as you can see on your screen, guns being brandished by the security guard, so to say, of him. Remember, Punjab Police has submitted a list of 458 people to NIA who were working with Amritpal. It's been divided into categories. More than 100 have right now been taken into arrest for finances, organizational responsibilities and plans against India that were being surfaced. So that's the big news coming in. The National Investigation Agency will now be initiating an investigation. Remember, we're also talking about the National Security Act that will be placed against him as and when the custody is confirmed by the Punjab Police. There are already search teams that have been sent across to other states. But this is big. Can the government, and is this a messaging by the government, both at state and the centre, that they will not encourage any such Khalistan extremist activities, even by this newbie, so to say, Amritpal Singh? Because we have seen what the border state of Punjab has faced in the 80s and 90s and cannot afford a return. Kamaljeet Sandhu, my colleague, has been in Jalandhar tracking the latest. I want to now bring her into this live telecast. Kamaljeet, so that's the big news coming in. While the hunt is on to nab him, NIA has jumped in. How is the NIA going to initiate proceedings against him, unlike the Punjab Police?
You know, contrary information coming in, my sources clearly indicate that the NIA has not been roped in as of now. There is an overall case where they're looking at the gangster terror network. There's information coming in about 8 teams, but I've managed to speak to some of the officers directly and they've told me so far NIA is not really on the case. They may be delving into the other cases as of now. The entire operation has actually been led by Punjab Police on the forefront, with the DGP on top, the intel chiefs there, and also the CP Jalandhar as well as the DIG Jalandhar has been there, SSP Moga, we've seen SSP Amritsar Rural. All these have been part of the operation, chasing Amritpal right there, the SSPs, the DIG and the CP working on that. And right under their nose, that's when Amritpal has managed to give a slip. Now, the habeas corpus is very, very clear that they, the one which went to the court, and the question mark which has been raised is that despite having an 80,000 force, how did Amritpal really manage to give a slip? That entire story doesn't sound really believable, and that's what has been hinted about the intelligence input as well. So clearly, a lot of question mark being raised, even as Bhagwant Mann and Arvind Kejriwal taking the entire credit, also giving credit to the people. But there are already question marks coming in even from the opposition parties, that why was preemptive action not taken? Why was so much water allowed to be flown under the bridge? Now this is where things really lie. But even if you look at the traffic right behind me, things are normal, no shop has been shut, there has been no violence which has taken place. So more or less things seem to be on track, and even as there's a talk about internet resumption, we haven't seen that, even though the order says that post 12 o'clock internet would resume. Eventually throughout the day, we do assume that perhaps there would be regaining of strength by the internet. But clearly on ground, not much of a resonance as far as support for Amritpal.
So perhaps slowly they will be resuming the internet as well in some parts. But good to see traffic plying around you on the highway. That only reflects that perhaps the situation is not as dire as some of these Khalistan ideologues are trying to imply. But remember, the big question that Kamaljeet is also pointing out, where is Amritpal Singh? There was criticism, according to many, about the police, of how could they let him slip by if the agenda was to get him arrested. Kamaljeet is telling us about how different agencies are jumping in with the investigation. Now remember the massive manhunt that has been on. It's a fresh development. This connects Punjab to the adjacent hill state of Himachal Pradesh. Amritpal Singh, according to our sources, went towards Shahkot. He got down from the luxury Mercedes vehicle that has now been seized by the police, got in another car and has then left and also changed clothes and an image. Now, police have recovered some of those attire, a vehicle, some more weapons and ammunition. NIA has stepped in. A probe has been initiated in that. High Court has reprimanded, meanwhile, the Bhagwant Mann government in Punjab over a free run given into Amritpal Singh and ideologues like him, and underscored if he has escaped, this is clearly an intelligence failure because he's moving in a convoy with full weapon and ammunition around him. Meanwhile, take a look at the visuals on your screen. This is security that has been tightened in areas in Punjab where there could be expected violence, and therefore with the involvement of Pakistan's ISI also is being confirmed and verified by the agencies. There is the NSA Act that could be used to place against Amritpal Singh. So of course, as you can see, the Rapid Action Force has been deployed, but look what has been seized. Live cartridges, bore rifle, weapons, ammunition, swords. This is illegal, not permitted, should not be that easy for someone like Amritpal to have around him, but he did.
Flag marches in the heart of Jalandhar city. Behind me you can see a huge deployment of security force, mostly the Central Armed Police Force, also the Rapid Action Force. These are visuals that we're showing to you of a flag march in the heart of Jalandhar city. And remember, Jalandhar is the area from one of the villages. That's where Amritpal had escaped with some of his associates. He may have been at large, but his associates are the ones who are getting arrested one after the other. Now, almost 150 people have been arrested. 7 of them have been slapped with NSA, taken to Dibrugarh in Assam. And this is where any attempt of a Khalistan ideologue, that's being nipped in the bud. Several of the parties have been hitting out at Bhagwant Mann government and saying it's an action which has come a little too late. But let's just try and get you and see the visuals out here. This is where the action is taking place, and CRPF with its Rapid Action Force, men and women in uniform in blue, and this is where a confidence building measure. But the real confidence will obviously come in once Amritpal is arrested, and this is where the deployment here is solid, and this is where they'll say that in a few hours or days there will be a successful result which will come in. With camera person Chandi Ram, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Jalandhar for India Today.
मैं 3 करोड़ पंजाबियों का धन्यवाद करता हूं कि उन्होंने इस ऑपरेशन के दौरान बहुत साथ दिया। पंजाब में कहीं से भी कोई अप्रिय घटना या कोई पत्थर या कंकर चलने की भी घटना की रिपोर्ट नहीं आई, और पंजाब की शांति और पंजाब के अमन के लिए हम सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई करेंगे। जो लोग बुरी कंपनी में, बुरी संगत में फंस के पंजाब का कुछ बुरा सोचने का सपना भी ले रहे होंगे, वो भी गलत है। मैं उनको कहना चाहता हूं कि सपना भी लेना पंजाब में पंजाब की शांति को तोड़ने का, ये आपकी गलतफहमी होगी।
Rajya Sabha has been adjourned yet again, and sadly no surprises, because it now appears that there is a logjam that will continue even in the upper house of the parliament. We have some more news coming in. Remember, Rajya Sabha has been adjourned. All eyes will be on Lok Sabha.
आज नियम 377 के अधीन मामलों को उठाने की अनुमति प्रदान की गई है। वह अपने
Coming in, Congress Member of Parliament from Wayanad, Rahul Gandhi has written a letter to the Lok Sabha Speaker. This 2-page letter, very direct, says, totally baseless and unfair charges have been hurled at me by senior ministers in the Lok Sabha. I'm making a request. I want to speak. I'm seeking this permission under the conventions of the parliamentary practice. Members of the ruling regime are making scurrilous and defamatory claims against me, both within and outside Parliament. As a result, it is only appropriate that you kindly allow me a right to reply as contained in Rule 357, which means personal explanations. This is big. Rahul Gandhi is asking the Lok Sabha Speaker now to give him the moment and a time to speak. Meanwhile, Minister Piyush Goyal is reacting. Let's listen into him.
सुर्खियों में बने रहने के लिए विपक्ष आज कर रहा है। इसी के साथ साथ राज्यसभा के माननीय अध्यक्ष चेयरमैन साहब ने सर्वदलीय बैठक बुलाई थी। बहुत दुर्भाग्य है कि कुछ प्रमुख विपक्षी दलों ने उसका बॉयकॉट किया, उसमें सहभागी नहीं हुए और जो माननीय चेयरमैन ने एक कोशिश की कि समाधान किया जाए और सदन ठीक से चलाने के लिए सभी लोग मिलके कुछ फैसला करें, उनका भी अपमान फिर एक बार आज विपक्षी दलों ने किया। और ये बार बार अपमान जो चेयरमैन का, चेयर का, पीठा सदन अधिकारियों का किया जा रहा है, ये मैं समझता हूं देश बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा, कोई देशवासी इसको पसंद नहीं करेगा। पहले विपक्ष के एक सीनियर लीडर ने, जो कम्युनिकेशन इंचार्ज है कांग्रेस पार्टी के, उन्होंने एक वक्तव्य देके चेयरमैन के ऊपर बहुत ही गंभीर आरोप लगाया। 9 मार्च को जिस प्रकार से जयराम रमेश जी ने चेयरमैन के ऊपर बहुत ही अनाप शनाप गैर जिम्मेदार आरोप लगाए, उसके बाद जो विपक्ष के नेता है, लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन है, उन्होंने जिस प्रकार से कुछ दिन पहले चेयरमैन के आग्रह पे कि वो आके चेयरमैन को मिले, सदन में हाउस के अंदर ठुकरा दिया और अनाउंस कर दिया कि मैं रिफ्यूज करता हूं चेयरमैन को जाके मिलने। आज की मीटिंग का बॉयकॉट करना, ये बार बार जो चेयरमैन का अपमान करने की विपक्ष की कोशिश हो रही है, ये भी निंदनीय है। बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण स्थिति में विपक्ष आज सदन की गरिमा को ले आए। स्पीकर लोकसभा ने भी एक सर्वदलीय बैठक बुलाई थी। उन्होंने आग्रह किया कि दोनों पक्ष, सत्ता दल और विपक्ष, दोनों अपने अपनी बातों को सदन के बाहर रखें और सदन की कार्रवाई को स्मूथली चलने दें। माननीय प्रहलाद जोशी जी, संसदीय कार्य मंत्री, ने स्पीकर का सम्मान करते हुए कहा, जो निर्णय, जो आग्रह स्पीकर ने किया है उसको हम सभी ने मान्य करना चाहिए। लेकिन दुर्भाग्य की बात है कि कांग्रेस और उनके मित्र पक्ष डीएमके जैसे उसके लिए भी तैयार नहीं हुए और उन्होंने स्पीकर के भी आग्रह को, स्पीकर के अपील को, रिक्वेस्ट को नाकार कर दिया। मैं समझता हूं इससे स्पष्ट हो गया है कि विपक्ष, खासतौर पे कांग्रेस, डीएमके और जो उनके सहयोगी दल हैं, वो हाउस चलाने नहीं देना चाहते। उनकी मंशा कुछ और है। कोई सरकार पे आरोप ना होने के बावजूद वो गैर जिम्मेदार वक्तव्य और बेबुनियाद आरोपों के आधार पर सदन को ना चलने देने की मंशा से आए हैं। शायद एक बहुत बढ़िया बजट माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी ने, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में जो पेश किया, जिससे पूरे देश और विश्व में आज भारत का बोलबाला है, भारत की प्रशंसा की जा रही है। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को आज पूरा विश्व सबसे लोकप्रिय नेता के रूप में देख रहा है। पूरे विश्व की आशाएं, अपेक्षाएं मोदी जी के नेतृत्व पे टिकी है कि वो विश्व की समस्याओं का भी समाधान निकाल पाएंगे। ऐसी परिस्थिति में विपक्ष, उनके नेतृत्व के गुणगान जो हो रहे हैं देश में और पूरे विश्व में, जो 3 पूर्वांचल के राज्यों में भारतीय जनता पार्टी और हमारे सहयोगी दलों की सरकारें फिर से चुन के आई हैं, इन सब परिस्थितियों को देखते हुए शायद विपक्ष सदन की कार्रवाई में बाधाएं डाल के देश को गुमराह करने की जो कोशिश कर रहा है, हमारा विश्वास है कि देश इसको फिर एक बार विपक्ष को इसका पूरी तरीके से जवाब आने वाले दिनों में देगा। धन्यवाद।
All right, that's Piyush Goyal, Union Minister, reacting there. I want to now bring in Supriya Bhardwaj for the latest on that. Supriya, this is big because this only shows that there is no end to logjam. And while the ministers are targeting Rahul Gandhi, the opposition also is now demanding, as we can see, the GPC with Rahul Gandhi writing a letter. So let's begin first with the top highlight. Rahul Gandhi asking to reply to the charges made against him. What does the letter say?
Well, first and foremost, the letter refers to the rules of the Lok Sabha, and Rahul Gandhi has said that defamatory allegations have been leveled against him, not only inside the parliament but even outside the parliament, Pooja. And he has gone ahead and said that, referring to the rules of the parliament, he has said that he should be given a chance to speak. He has also put out the instances in that mail of his to, in the letter of his to Lok Sabha Speaker, where in past also people were allowed to speak inside the house. Rahul Gandhi has said that he wants to speak and put his side of the story before the parliament. And that's why this letter, which was written yesterday, has now been released by the Congress party today itself. There was also a meeting as far as the Lok Sabha is concerned of the opposition as well as the treasury benches in the office of the Lok Sabha Speaker. What we are hearing is that the Congress party is again going ahead and saying that Rahul Gandhi be allowed to keep his side of the story, at the same time also seeking a discussion of Adani on the issue of Adani Group, as well as that of the demand of the JPC. Now, as far as treasury benches are concerned, we have just heard to what Mr. Piyush Goyal has said. He's the union minister. And as far as Rahul Gandhi's letter is concerned, I quote the letter, and here it goes, wherein Rahul Gandhi has said that, and he's quoting the rules also, rule number 357, and he says that members of the ruling regime have made defamatory claims both within and outside Parliament. It is only appropriate that you kindly allow me a reply under Rule 357, which allows for personal explanation. He said he should be given a chance to explain what's being said with the allegations that have been leveled against him. At the same time, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, who's the Congress president, had made it loud and clear again today also, Pooja, that Rahul Gandhi is not going to apologize. There is no question of him to apologize, whether inside or outside the parliament, for what he has said as far as democracy in danger remark is concerned. The opposition today once again staged a protest inside the parliament, and they stood on the first floor of the
Keep getting us the reactions, and of course the bigger question, will Rahul Gandhi be able to give the reply that he so wants? But for 2 days he's been in Kerala and Karnataka. Will this week at least see that discussion, that reply and some work in the parliament? Thank you so much, Supriya Bhardwaj, with the latest coming in. I'm leaving you with these visuals. Rahul Gandhi has written a letter to the Lok Sabha Speaker asking for a reply, saying baseless charges against me. Heading into a very short break. Thank you.
A jogger dies in Mumbai after being knocked down by a speeding SUV near the Worli Sea Face. Rajalakshmi Vijay Ramakrishnan, the 58-year-old CEO of Altruist Technologies, and a train runner was killed early Sunday morning.
As you can see here in the visuals, the tire marks of the Tata Nexon car which Sumer Merchant was driving, which hit Rajalakshmi. So tire marks can be clearly seen. The police is right now investigating the case. They have arrested Sumer Merchant.
The suspect has been identified as Sumer Merchant, a resident of Tardeo. Merchant was going to drop his friends after a party at his house when he lost control of his car and hit Rajalakshmi. A Mumbai court has remanded Merchant to 2 days in police custody.
वर्ली पुलिस स्टेशन में पहले एडीआर एक्सीडेंटल डेथ रिपोर्ट और उसके बाद में एक अपराध दर्ज हुआ था। अपराध सेक्शन 304 आईपीसी और अन्य धारा के तहत हुआ है। इसमें आरोपी को अरेस्ट किया गया है और आगे का इन्वेस्टिगेशन तफ्तीश वर्ली पुलिस स्टेशन कर रही है।
Rajalakshmi, who was a fitness enthusiast, had recently completed the Tata Mumbai Marathon. Her jogger friends staged a protest in Mumbai on Monday, demanding stern police action.
6:45 बजे के आसपास इंसिडेंट होने के बाद में आज तक के मतलब वो जो ब्लड सैंपल और यूरिन सैंपल लेना चाहिए था, कितने बजे लिया गया? One officer did say that वो आफ्टरनून में लिया गया.
The Mumbai accident highlights the need for stern action against rash and negligent driving. Bureau Report, India Today.
Amit, so big news now coming in. Remember the Delhi annual budget 23-24 that was scheduled to be presented today but ran into controversies between the government of the centre and Delhi government. Now it has been approved by the Ministry of Home Affairs. Approval has been conveyed to the Delhi government led by the Aam Aadmi Party. So will there be a budget presented today? Will that happen tomorrow? Let's quickly bring in Amit Bhardwaj with the latest on that. Amit, so can we say that this has put an end to all the back and forth clarifications? Will it be presented today?
Well, Pooja, at least the blockade on the way to the Delhi's budget has been removed. That's what we are learning from our sources. The MHA has given green signal to the budget documents that were sent to them by the Delhi government. We saw what kind of drama and, direct political battle happened between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. And the Raj Bhavan sources were also sharing several information last evening. But what is very apparent right now is that MHA has given its green signal. Now it is to be seen whether the Delhi government also conveys the same message that they have gotten the green signal from the MHA. And as far as the question is whether this budget will be tabled today or not, I believe, Pooja, it will be very difficult for the Vidhan Sabha to table this budget today, for the Aam Aadmi Party government to table the budget in the Vidhan Sabha today. So possibly after the green signal from the MHA, the speech could be a statement could be given out by the leaders from Aam Aadmi Party.
And it will be interesting to hear, Amit, what does Arvind Kejriwal say now, because he's been very scathing with his remarks at the government at the centre. But for now, Delhi budget has been approved as slight relief for the taxpayer of the national capital. At least we will know what the budget is about. It's just a non-stop logjam between the centre and the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi. It's a wrap from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. But stay tuned. Coming up next, our special with entertainment in the club with Dipali for the latest. Thank you for watching.
One way to do up your home or your office is to just keep it simple, to keep it minimalist. The ones known to be masters of minimalism, even in fashion, Abraham and Tagore stamped just this in the capacity of designers who are now into the design innovation and home decor space too.
To tell you the truth, we actually launched our business with both the collections. We started, the focus was with the homeware collection that we launched in London at the Conrad shop many years ago, and we haven't really done it in India, so we are actually relaunching it. It's more of a relaunch for us.
Fashion and home lifestyle is always intertwined together actually, and I think it's a big part of what we do, bringing fashion and home lifestyle together, which brings in the actual play of ceramics into it, and the play of that coming as big bowls and plates, as well as crockery and cutlery.
Minimalism is timeless. Keeping home decor simple involves selecting a few key pieces that complement each other and arranging them in a way that feels cohesive and visually appealing.
Personally, I like minimalism because I think it requires more discipline. Everything has to be simpler, purer, and you can build on it. I mean, maximalism is valid too, but it's just another style, and this is a style that we are comfortable with.
Part of every collection, whether it's fashion or it's the home, always is introduced with a black and white line, which I think is accessible to everybody, all ages.
Keeping it simple can be simplified further. Simply begin by using neutral color palettes, whites, beiges, grays, blacks, what have you. Less is more, so do not clutter. Use decor made of natural and sustainable materials to create a sense of calm and tranquility. Choose pieces that are timeless. In New Delhi with Vaishnavi Kaharwar, Lifestyle Bureau, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Hello and welcome. You're watching In the Club. I'm Dipali Patel. This is where we get you the best from the world of entertainment, and rightly so, as we begin the show with none other than Salman Khan. The new track from his upcoming film Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan is out, and guess what? He has lent his voice to it. Let's give you all a lowdown on this and his past songs as a singer. Long traces, adrenaline pumping sequences,
मेरा कोई नाम नहीं है, लेकिन मैं भाईजान नाम से जाना चाहता हूँ.
and bone-crushing hand-to-hand combat. Salman Khan at first set the internet on fire with his swag, courtesy the teaser of Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan.
जब शरीर, दिल और दिमाग मुझसे कहते हैं, बस भाई, no more. तो मैं कहता हूँ, bring it on. Bring it on.
And now he's going all out, impressing his fans by lending his voice to one of his songs from the film.
जी रहे थे हम यूं ही बेवजह, तुम जो मिल गए तो हम जीने लगे. देखोगे जहां पाओगे वहां, हर मोड़ पे तो हम तुमसे मिलने लगे.
Yes, the makers unveiled this romantic track titled Ji Rahe The Hum, and no prizes for guessing who has sung it.
Falling in love, I'm falling in love with you. शायद यही है प्यार, और मुझे था तेरा इंतजार. I guess I'm falling in love, I'm falling in love with you.
This, however, is not the first time that Salman has donned the singer's hat. He had earlier lent his voice to Hangover from 2014 film Kick, which co-starred Jacqueline.
Hangover, teri yaadon ka hangover, teri baaton ka hangover, teri yaadon ka hangover, teri baaton ka.
If this super hit song wasn't enough to enthrall the audience, he sang another one in 2015. Titled Main Hoon Hero Tera, the track was from film Hero starring Suraj Pancholi and Athya Shetty. In 2016, he even sang Jag Ghumiya from Sultan. But it all started back in the 90s with Chandi Ki Dal from Hello Brother.